On this journey, we explore a road in Alaska that is truly known as the road less traveled, and for good reason. The first 9 miles are paved, but as you will see, the further you drive in, the more adventurous it becomes. As longtime Alaskan residents, we were fairly certain we had explored every road in Alaska, each exploration bringing us new insight into how massive and how beautiful our state is. The road to Petersville, Alaska is one we had passed by many times before while traveling to and from Denali National Park. With Denali National Park being full of visitors this time of year, it's difficult to find places to park or camp or enjoy ourselves for a few days, so we decided to explore this 34-mile road into Alaska's wilderness. Local Alaskans often refer to the Petersville Road as the other road to Denali. On a clear and sunny day, there are several stops along the way with breathtaking views of Denali. The weather wasn't perfect for us, and that's okay because we still wanted to get away from the crowds, and the further we drove in, the less people we came across. As most roads in Alaska, the reason Petersville Road exists is because of gold. Miners blazed a wagon trail with hopes of striking it rich, and gold still draws fortune seekers to this area. At mile 32, you will discover the Petersville Recreational Mining Area, where the state of Alaska has set aside land for those who don't have or want a claim. The most optimal time to travel Petersville Road is between July 1st and August 31st. It's also recommended that you have four-wheel drive because there are several little creek crossings along the way, and there's a lot of washout along the road as well. We did see some vehicles that weren't four-wheel drive, but they did have a high level of clearance and they were taking it very slow. As with many other places in Alaska where gold was involved, the Petersville Road does not go without its own drama. In 1939, a gold miner and his wife and a neighboring miner and his employee were all murdered, and this was known as the Cache Creek Murders. And to this day, the Cache Creek Murders mystery still goes unsolved. Legend holds that one of the murdered miners left behind a hidden stash of gold that is yet to be discovered. Not quite sure what the white means on this map, though. This is where we are. Oh God, so yeah, he's gonna do it, and I am so nervous. Holy crap. I see it.
And you know where we're at?
I have no idea where we are.
Look at it. We're in Alaska.
I just saw a big pile of bear poo. I'm glad you can't see my face while we're going across these things. But this is so much fun. Definitely been exciting, and this is absolutely why we bought the Revel, so we could go do stuff like this. He's so focused. I'm so proud of you. You're a good driver, babe. I'm really impressed. We have passed a few spots and they keep thinking, ooh, that would be cool to camp, or that would be a nice place, but then I keep finding all these other little places that seem really cool as well. There are a lot of places that say private property, no trespassing. And I think, no, we didn't come to the end of the road. I think we're at the end of the road. Yep. One of the beautiful things we discovered about this road is there were many places to stop and camp along the way. We actually had a hard time deciding where we wanted to stay for the night. We drove all the way to the end of the road, at least as far as we could go in the Revel, and decided to turn around and pick a spot and stay for the night. After a really fun day of driving, we decided that it was time to call it a night and set up camp. I was getting ready to start dinner, and Jim, our daughter, and our dog Ember decided to go for a walk along the river. They saw this little hole, and Jim convinced our daughter that it was a bear cave, and she has an adventurous little spirit, so she decided to check it out.
Is this still it?
Yeah, that's it.
No. That's deep though.
Huh?
It's deep.
Look in there.
There's nothing. That is nasty. Looks like some Wizard of Oz.
Go in there.
I'm not going in there. I wore the wrong
Go
shoes.
in.
Actually? Okay. Oh no. I do not know what's in here.
Huh? Just go inside. Don't worry about getting dirty.
I don't know. How the hell do you go in here? I give up. There's a
Go in there.
big spider. Ah! Hi.
Keep going.
Spider! Ah!
Oh, swimming.
So guess what's on the menu tonight? Steak fajitas with a little bit of rice on the side, and I'm going to put it inside the fajitas. And these are kind of unique because they have asparagus and mushrooms, and I'm super excited to make them. My daughter is out playing by the river. Jim is hanging out by the fire. We're all just chilling for the evening. It's about 8 o'clock right now in the evening, and I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. Just hang out in this area and enjoy it because it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm starving. I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil and put it in the pan. Put the heat on about medium. One of the things about cooking in a van is you have to make sure that your surface is level. I remember my very first night I was cooking in here, and the first thing I tried to cook was something that was fried, and we weren't completely level, and so the oil kept going over to one side, and it was a little bit of a challenge, but I've definitely figured that out. And I haven't fried anything since. So here I have some sliced up asparagus and onions and mushrooms. Usually I just cook these until the onion starts to turn a little bit clear. It may take a minute or two. One of the last times I was in Hawaii, I got this Hawaiian chili pepper sea salt. And since I'm improvising for dinner tonight, I figured what a great way to utilize my chili pepper sea salt and see how it turns out on fajitas. Hot Hawaiian chili pepper. Looking good. We definitely love our vegetables and meat, however we decide to eat it. I'm going to cook this up, and then on a separately I'm going to cook the rice, and that takes about 7 minutes to put inside the fajitas. My meat is going to take a little while. It looks delicious. So the meat is just slightly pink and it just seems like a good time to put a little bit of this in. I really have no idea. So it's salt. I'm just going to use a little bit of it. I put that much in my hand. See that? Let's see how this works. Just sprinkle it on. Ooh, pepper would be good too, and it's funny we don't really have pepper in here yet. Let's see what else we got. I have Chicago steak seasoning. Can't go wrong with that. A little bit of that on the steak, just a little, since I have taco seasoning too. Definitely will have a lot of flavor. So, I have a funny little story about how things work with us, because we were driving by the grocery store and we figured let's stop and get a few extra things to stock for our refrigerator. And our refrigerator right now holds about 2 weeks worth of food if we ration everything and sort of plan our meals well. Just decided to pick up a few extra things, and when we went in, Jim was in a hurry. I don't know what was going on with him, but he was just like whoosh, whizzing through the store. So I picked up some cheese and some chicken and some salsa, and that's about all I was able to grab because he was in and out because we were so ready to just hit the road and keep going. So between the cheese and the chicken and the salsa and the steak and the tortillas that we already had, the fresh vegetables, I think that this is going to turn out really well. We did not plan for tonight. We also didn't plan to be eating at 9 o'clock either, which isn't unusual either. So, Jim's flying his drone. I decided to enlist the help of my daughter to help me cook this. So I'm gonna have you put this in. Just sprinkle it in. All of it in the pan. Take that and pour it all around. Fix it. Yep. So hold on to this while you're mixing it because this tends to... I'm going to turn up the heat a little. Just the water's in there now, and we're going to let it simmer. Now we just let it, just like even it all out right here. And then let it simmer. Beautiful. Well, Kenzie did a great job of browning up this meat. It looks absolutely delicious. I think I'll get a little creative with this and just put some shredded cheese on top. I try to get all of the rice and everything out of my pans because I don't want it going down the drain. It's not like being in a house where you have what I call an alligator to dispose of everything. Well, a disposer to dispose of it. So I will rinse it out, and then before I wash it, I will make sure that nothing is going into our gray tank. I'm using this stupid spatula again. Back on just a little bit. Isn't that delicious? Wow. You know, for an improvised meal, when you're out in the middle of nowhere, this is amazing. When we used to do our motorcycle trips or tenting and stuff, this was not possible to make stuff as delicious as this. I'm sure you know what MREs are, right? There was a time in my life where I really enjoyed those pre-packaged meals and thought that they were the bomb. But now that we have the Revel, I have been completely spoiled. There you have it. We are ready to dig in with our tortilla shells, our I'm going to call it goulash and some cheese to go on top of it. Amber's just chilling. Jimmy's hanging out by the fire. And Kenzie helped me a lot. As the sun goes down on this day of adventure, we continue to enjoy the fire and each other's company. In part 2 of this video, we will include our tips on visiting Denali National Park in this summer, and I enter a food eating contest that you won't want to miss. To ensure that you don't miss out, click on the subscribe button and bell to be notified, and if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. As always, we appreciate you riding along with us. We'll see you again soon.